You know it's Strike Force, baby.
I had to hit up my plug. You can't finesse the finesse. No, you can't finesse the finesse. No, you can't finesse the finesse. No, you can't finesse the finesse. Ooh.
What's up, YouTube? Today, we're gonna do another pair of these tactile NMD R1s. If you saw the last one, we did like a bait camo on the tabs here and on the tabs here and on the back tab. You can check that out. That video's already up. Today, we're gonna be doing a gift box blue to all this mesh, all the mesh material all through here. We will be painting the back tab. I don't exactly know what color yet. Usually we have all the colors picked out, but I wanna see what the whole shoe looks like first before I decide a color. Most likely it'll be white, but I don't know. Might do tan because I'm not gonna be painting this back tab or this because I don't want to hide the Adidas lettering. We'll figure that out after we get done. First thing we gotta do is just strip these laces, and then we're gonna take some deglazer to the back tab because that will be getting painted even though we don't know what color it'll be yet. But we're just gonna deglaze those, strip these laces, and get started. Alright, we got those deglazed up. I did want to note on your own personal pair, if you planned on painting this or any of the tabs here, you would also want to deglaze it. These tabs, if you wanted to paint over that Adidas symbol or the back tab, you would want to deglaze those two, deglaze this, and also deglaze these stripes. I'm going to be leaving these stripes white, so we're good to go. Next thing I'm going to do is start painting on the mesh. To do that, we're going to be using the Angelus Gift Box Blue. We're mixing that with 50% of the GAC 900, since it will be painted on a fabric. It'll be a 50-50 mix of that. And then we mix it all on our little mixing thing here. It's kind of more watery than original paint, so you got to watch running. If you feel more comfortable taping over what you won't be painting, I would suggest getting some electrical tape, taking your time and cutting around the areas that you don't want to get paint on. I feel more comfortable just being able to see what I'm going to be painting, so I'm just going to go by eye and go very slowly. I'm going to be doing very light coats. It'll take several coats. It'll look blotchy at first, but over maybe 2 or 3 coats, it'll begin to look more solid. So we're just going to jump right into it and get started. You'll see it really eats up the paint.
You better answer me when I'm calling. You're not texting me, we not talking. That pussy good, so I'm stalking. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, you got me doing the most. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, you got me doing the most. And I'm on it. You better answer me when I'm calling. You're not texting me, we not talking. That pussy good, so I'm stalking. You ain't the one for me. No, you ain't the one for me. You should run for me. I don't need your company. I love you, then hate you, cause all of this shit that I bring to the table. Thought you was the one that was keeping me stable, but you was the one that was being unfaithful. I know it. I guess I feed you food and you feed me lies. You had you a doge, you creep on the side. That's not the love I'm eager to find. Take off your mask, I see a disguise. Why would you leave? Why would you go? No. Why would you leave? You should just stay. No. Why would you leave? Why would you go? No. Don't bring drama.
Alright, now we see we got a first coat, very blotchy, very light coat, not very solid, but we got full coverage, went all the way around all the fabric that we want to paint it. We used the paper clips to hold these shoelace tabs in like I showed you in the last NMD custom video. It's drying just a little bit darker than I want. So I'm going to take our original mix here. I'm going to add just a little bit of flat white. Again, all these are just recommendations. Your own personal custom, you could do whatever you want because it's your sneaker. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add just a couple drops of white, lighten up the color just a little bit. Boop, I think that should do it. And we're gonna get right back in, do a second coat. I don't know if you noticed on the time-lapse part of this video, but I was using 3 different brushes, a medium, a big, and a very small. The very small to get down into parts like this, the medium just to outline everything, and the big brush to fill it in once I had outlined stuff. You know, you want to make sure you have a couple different size brushes, especially if you're not taping it off like I'm not. I'm just going freehand, so I definitely want to use the brushes. If you taped it off, you might not need all 3. But getting into that second coat, going to shake this up real good now that we added that white. And coat number 2 on the way. So this is basically where we're at after 2 coats. If you're not getting a solid coat after 2 or 3 coats. Some of the things that could be going wrong, maybe you didn't apply enough of the GAC 900 to make it watery enough to seep through the mesh. It could be that you're not applying enough paint to your brush to really get full coverage. Another thing could be maybe you need to dab more with your brush so that it gets into the mesh as opposed to stroking like you would on regular leather. Those are just some of the things that really shouldn't take more than 3 coats tops to get a good solid everywhere coat. So after seeing this all painted, I'm decided to keep this back tab gray. I'm gonna make the Adidas and the Adidas logo white, but for right now, I'm gonna make these big tabs in the back on both sides a light gray to match that, and then we'll have the tan offset in the tan, the gray offset in the gray. So what I got now, we're gonna be using some light gray from Angelus. I'm gonna mix it with a little duller, and then we're gonna paint these back tabs up. Now remember in the beginning we bypassed prepping these tabs because I didn't think I was gonna paint them. I thought I would be painting that back tab. You know, sometimes I wish I could do these paintings live on a YouTube live, but they just take too long and the time lapse is more convenient to watch. But you guys sometimes have some really good ideas in the comments. I don't know what kind of colorways you guys would have went from here, or if you would have painted over the white. I'm sure you guys have a lot of ideas and you can switch it up when you get your own pair. Right now I'm going to use a little Q-tip because I don't really want to get any of the deglazer on my stuff that's already painted, and I'm just going to deglaze these little squares up. Scrub them down real good with your Q-tip soaked in deglazer and just get them ready for paint real quick. Our mixture, I went ahead and added some white because the gray is looking a little too dark. So what I got is about a 50% flat white and a 50% light gray mixed with Angelus duller. And we're going to go ahead and paint these tabs up. I like to get the edges first. We're going to do 2 very, very light coats. Just make sure to go very slow, as close to the boost into the fabric as you can without touching it. If you get it on the fabric, it will be very tough to get off and repaint. It's easier just to take your time and go slow.
Might take you on a date, might call you. When I get up in the lane, I'm scoring. Might hit you with the fade, might join it. Wanna get the pussy taste like water. Might take you on a date, might call you. When I get up in the lane, I'm scoring.
Alright, we got about 3 solid light coats on those tabs in the back. Got them grayed up. Last little step we're going to do is right here in the back where it says Adidas and the Adidas logo. We're going to turn that white. Now it's basically we're just going to use some Angelus flat white, and this time we're going to mix it with a little GAC 200. Not to be confused with the GAC 900 we used earlier. This is the GAC 200. Alright, mix that half and half with your white paint. You want to add duller, that's fine. And all we're going to do is come back here to the back tab and paint up these logos. This will be the last step before we finish. Put the finisher on it and lace them back up. I just like the way this makes the logo really pop when you make it a different color. Alright, you can see the Adidas logo. We went over that a couple times, got that white, made it really pop. That's basically it. We're gonna go back over all the fabric we painted with this Angelus water and stain repellent, and then we're gonna use this matte finisher. With the matte finisher, we're gonna go over right here where we painted, and also these tabs here that we painted. We're not gonna do, I don't want to do it in here by the camera and risk getting it on the lens. I'm gonna take it outside and do this, but just so you know, this matte finisher will be going on the tabs and the back tab, and then for the fabric, we're gonna be just, it's not really a finisher, but it's just a water and stain repellent to protect that fabric. Lock it in, lace them back up, and we'll be good to go.
Drum dummy, drum dummy, drum dummy, drum dummy, drum dummy.
Same gang in it.
Can we do business? Can we do business?
Yes, what up?
Can we do business? Yeah. Can we do business? Yeah.
Only time will tell. Who gon' tell when it's time to tell?
Can we do business? Yeah. Can we do business? Yeah. Can we do business?
I don't give a shit about a hater. I let that bitch out the chamber. But if you're not mentioning paper, then I gotta get with you later. Ooh, I'ma go get it today. Yeah, I'ma go get it today. Yeah, I might not be here tomorrow, so I'ma go get it today. Yeah, business with gangsters. Business with gangsters. Come do some business with gangsters. Business with gangsters. Business with gangsters. Come do some business with gangsters. I give a shit about a hater. I let that bitch out the chamber. If you're not mentioning paper, then I gotta get with you later.
Get it how you wanna get it. When I'm in the gangsters business, live with the gangsters chillin'. They mad cause I hang with the villains. I ain't never went away from pressure. I was smoking pressure, had my face to the ceiling. Smith & Wesson be the choice of my weapon. Come for the cream when the fingers start itching. This shit was never before seen. I think my pen filled with morphine. Got a new pack, we need more fiends. Money coming, it ain't all clean. I be the nigga that's saucy. The nigga that's saucy. I be ballin' like a boxing. Gotta pass it down to my offspring. I give a shit about a hater. I let that bitch out the chamber. But if you're not mentioning paper, then I gotta get with you later. Ooh, I'ma go get it today. Yeah, I'ma go get it today. Yeah.